Hey guys, you're watching Dansky, the place to be to develop your creative skills. Well, I know it's been a while since I put up a video. I've been moving into this new space over the course of the last month or so. It's taken a long time to get everything set up, all the audio, the lighting, the setup, everything you're seeing now. So I really hope you like it. It's much nicer for me because it's this bigger space to work within and be more creative. And I've also been working on a really exciting project that I can't wait to share with you very, very soon. But anyway, without further ado, in this tutorial, we're going to learn how to remove or soften highlights in Photoshop. So let's jump into it. Rightio, so we're now in Photoshop and you can see that I've opened up an image of a subject. And if I just zoom in on the face, you can see we have some highlights. We have a subtle highlight here on the cheek, and we have a more pronounced highlight here on the nose. Now there's nothing wrong with this, and of course shadows, highlights, all that good stuff is an important part of composition in photography. However, sometimes you're working with an image, or you might take a photo yourself and you just like a bit more control over those highlights. You might wish to soften this one on the nose here, for example, or remove it altogether. We're going to be covering all of that in this tutorial. So let's just zoom back out. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to the bottom of the layers panel and click the adjustment icon and scroll up to solid color. And this will create a new adjustment layer. And it wants to create this right now. We'll just click OK for the moment and switch this off because of course we can't see anything. Next, we're going to zoom in on the area where our highlight is that we want to work on. And in this tutorial, it's going to be the nose, this area here. And I'm going to click the color swatch or the thumbnail for that color fill adjustment layer. And it will bring up this dialog box once again. And I'm going to sample an area around the highlight, not in the highlight, but just outside of it. So some of these skin tones here. And of course, with the color picker open, you can just click and drag and you can see it changes in real time. So I'm just going to sample something like this. Now, don't worry, there isn't an exact science to this. There is no right or wrong. Just pick the closest color that you can, because at the end of the tutorial, if it doesn't look right or you do want to change it, you can just double click on this thumbnail again and you get access to the color picker. But now we've picked that color, we're just going to switch that layer back on. And of course, this isn't helpful at all. We can't see anything. However, when you create an adjustment layer, it comes by default with a mask. Now at the moment, the entire mask here is white. You can see that I've just selected the mask. And if it's white, that means the layer that it's attached to, so in this case, the block of color, is completely visible. And if I go up to Image, Adjustments, and select Invert with the mask selected, it will swap it round to black. And of course, that layer is now hidden. So white shows the layer, black hides the layer. That's a really good way to think about it. So we're going to start at the moment with our mask black, like you can see here. So the entire color layer is hidden. Next, we're going to grab our brush tool, and from the drop down at the top, you can pick one of Photoshop's soft, round, pressure, opacity brushes. That's a mouthful. So we don't want anything like this that has a hard edge. We want something that has a hardness of 0%, a nice soft brush. And you can also quickly adjust the size of that brush on the fly using the left and right square brackets on your keyboard. And also from the color picker, just make sure you have white all the way in the top left corner selected. And as you can see, if we start brushing now and let go, we then get a white squiggle on our mask, which means that we are bringing through that solid block of color. So if you want to undo that, just go to Edit and step backwards. And now what I'm going to do, with the mask selected, white as my color, and the brush tool selected, I'm going to then brush over this area, like so. And there we go, we're done. No, just kidding. We're not done just yet, but we're nearly done. So what you could do now actually is you could just drop the opacity down like this and say, okay, there we go, done. That's a really quick way of doing it, but there is a better way. And we're going to do that right now. So we'll bring that back to 100% and right click on our color fill adjustment layer and select blending options. And I'll move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So by default, we land on the blending options screen here at the top, and we have the blend if section down the bottom. This is the area that we're going to be working with. And we can grab these sliders, move them around, and you can see, well, that's a pretty instant change, isn't really very helpful. But the most effective way that I found to use these sliders when doing something like this is to hold down Alt on the keyboard. And with Alt held, you can left click on half of the slider and separate it. Now I'm still holding down the Alt key. Watch this. As I slowly drag this to the left, you can see that it blends this layer of color that we've created with the layer underneath. But the reason this is more effective than just changing the opacity is because it retains a lot of that texture from the layer. So of course we have a lot of skin texture and all that good stuff here. We don't want to lose that just by adjusting the opacity on a solid color. We want to keep that texture, and by using the blending options and that blend if section, it retains that texture really well. You can see under here. And you can double click on this little icon here on the layer to go straight back into the blending options. And you can go and make some more adjustments, or you can go and hold Alt, click on the others, and depending on the image, you might like to adjust some of the other ones, but for this image, it was just that top right one. That's given us a pretty good result. I'll click cancel just because I've messed that up completely. So you can see we have a really nice result there. But the good thing about this is that we can, on top of that, we can go and adjust the opacity as well. So you can see we get maximum control over how pronounced this highlight is, and we've done it all by retaining that texture underneath. And there we go, we've removed and softened the highlight in Photoshop, and we are done. And there we go. First tutorial back, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please do drop them down below. A huge thank you to the people who support me on Patreon. If you'd like to find out more information or become a patron, there is also a link in the description. But as always, like this video if you enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you next time.